wanted to do, because I already had what I was going to talk about, lined up. So I knew what I was going to talk about. I decided to talk about it. And yeah, we might as well just get right into it, man. Welcome back to the Why I'm Geek show, man. This is episode 11. This podcast is sponsored by, powered by Growth Apparel. Man, we're getting ready for a launch in June of this year, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I got some of our merch on right now, and I just dropped some pics on IG, giving a little sneak peek to everything. But this is the podcast merch, world term merch that we will eventually go on one day. A little bit of what's the word? Not inspiration, but manifestation. A little bit of manifestation in these teas and this merch, man, because I do want to travel with the pod and just be able to record podcasts in beautiful places. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the studio. I think that'd be dope. And I just decided it'd be a dope graphic to help with not only that, but just like to help with the logo, because the logo already fire. You know what I'm saying? Like the graphics for it's already fire. So that just put it over the top. But if you haven't got any merch, man, get a shirt. Get a shirt. It's something light, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. All our stuff is clean cut, you know what I'm saying? Feels nice and it's fire. It's fire. But enough with the promo, man. Let's get into this episode. So usually when I go into these things, I don't normally have a title like going into this, but during the process of writing this list, I came up with a title, and it's not like the most amazing title. If y'all already seen the title, was Media Empire, and that could mean a couple different things. So either I could be talking about starting a media empire, I could be talking about a media empire that already exists, or just my thoughts on media in general. And the answer to what this is going to be about is going to pretty much be about all three of those things. So without further ado, let's get right into it, bro. The first thing I wanted to talk about is another pod. So I've talked about different pods on this show multiple times, whether it was Joe Budden pod or the pod I'm about to talk about right now, which is the Need to Know. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like the one I'm most looking forward to at this moment, like every week, just because it's filled with people that are not only my age but are in the same field that I'm in at some capacity. Like we're all in this like media realm, whether they're content creators or they're journalists or they're artists, what I'm saying, or producers or something like that. It's just like a podcast that, I've been listening to a while and, has gone through changes over, I don't even know how long it's been out, but, what I'm saying, it's gone through changes. It's something that I look to definitely for not only just inspiration, but, just quality entertainment. So if you guys haven't listened to that one, definitely do that. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that was because we got our first, well, not necessarily shout out, but our first mention on a bigger platform. So Need to Know put out a questionnaire on their social media, man, and I decided to actually participate in it. Something new that they were doing. I don't know if they ever do it again. It's something that they're doing on Mondays, but that's neither here nor there. But I got into that and I basically asked the question of like, what's your big picture? Because I had just basically prior to writing that out, I had given you guys my like goals and like things I'm trying to achieve this year and stuff like that, and where I think like the future of what I'm trying to do is. If you guys want to know more about that, I'll get into it on this episode a little bit, but definitely check out that last episode if you haven't already. But You know what I'm saying? I asked them what their big picture was, and um, they answered it well. You know, it's nothing else, but it's more of like a big up because I just wanted to say basically like I like a rock with the podcast. Like I know they're gonna be, dope, and some of them gave more personal answers, and some of them gave more business answers. I won't necessarily go into that. If you guys want to hear that, what I'm saying, it was on that little piece of content, that episode that came out. And the whole reason why I'm talking about this is just because that was the first time other than this pod that Why I'm Geeked has been mentioned, because I use my the podcast Instagram to ask the question. And at first I was curious. I was like, man, maybe I should just do my regular joint because it has more of a following, it's more active, and it won't seem like, because I just wanted to get my question answered. And I know I don't normally like participate and stuff like that, not because I just don't think that nobody will answer, but just because I'm just usually too busy to even think about it. But with this, I just felt like it was like it was a time and a place. It was on Monday. I was like, man, let me just send this out. Maybe they answer it, and it was just a dope feeling to hear somebody else say why I'm geeked. You know what I'm saying? It was just a dope moment. And I'm sure over time you'll start hearing why I'm geeked everywhere. The fact that you're listening to it right now, this is a special moment. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to the Need to Know, man. Appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna keep on tuning in, you know what I'm saying, because I rock with y'all, and hopefully one day I might be able to get on a pod and they get on here and I just be dope. That just be dope. But yeah, so my question was, what's your bigger picture? So for me, my bigger picture is simple and plain. It's basically to create a media empire. And I came to this realization, over the last week, because I've have talks about building a network and what that looks like, but all of this stuff is very, very relative. So like an empire could be one person. An empire could be a whole group of people. Like it's just all your perspective, but my goal is to like really just be able to not only just build out a team, but build out like a group of just pieces of content, bro, media content that that is not only just dope, but like becomes like classics, like becomes like something that I can like look back on and just like be like, dang, like we really accomplished that. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like my big picture. Like I want to have like a compound, like where we're doing photo shoots and we're recording like videos and telling stories and just being creative. You know what I'm saying? And have that not only just be for personal use, but like for public use as well, like for the kids and stuff like that. Be able to really just like explore their talents and interests, what I'm saying, at a high level, and like bringing that to what I'm saying, not only my community but other places as well. What I'm saying, because for what like Atlanta and like Cali have been able to do is bring creatives together. You know what I'm saying? And not to say like that the DMV doesn't have that, but it's just like not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. Even New York, like I left that out, but like even New York is a content hub for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I just really like that idea, bro. Like that the idea of building something bigger than yourself, and what that really looks like. Because it's all, like I said, it's all relative, and we start here. You know, we start with each episode of this podcast. We start with every YouTube video we upload. We start with every stream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything is building this snowball that will turn into whatever it turns into. You know, just the main thing is that, like, we just don't quit. And like, I just, you know, it really, that, like, those two words, like, really stuck out to me, you know. And speaking of that, like, you know, we also have, like, different stories out there now, like content creators becoming bigger, like, entities, you know what I'm saying? And like creating not only just organizations, but, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like labels and, like, just like different creative stuff. What's up, Shots? What's up, Shots? Shot says creativity is important. Definitely a good bigger picture as individuals. Our unique perspectives can help and change others. Speaking from a larger perspective. Exactly. So one thing that was in the news this week was Valkyrie Courage becoming Courage AD becoming co-owners in 100 Thieves, and I've worn 100 Thieves, like, jerseys and stuff like that, like, on stream. So yeah, I know I rock with them, and, you know, it's just crazy to see, like I didn't really realize, like, how fast, like, things could move. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the snowball is actually going. So, like, they just became basically, like, co-owners and partners in it, and now they got, like, stocking or whatever. And I don't know necessarily all the details to it, but, like, the fact that, you know, within the last 5 years to be able to build up until this point, and, you know, with, like, Nate Shot being Nate Shot, you know, doing not necessarily what he said he was gonna do prior, but, like, holding true to, like, you know, what his goals were. Because originally, you know, Nick Merckx was a part of 100 Thieves, and, you know, he was going to offer him ownership at some capacity, and things fell through there. But he's still showing true, like, yeah, like, you know, he recognizes people that, you know, helped him build the thing that, you know what I'm saying, it is today. And it's like, that's just, like, a dope thing to see, not only just from a content perspective, but, like, or a creative perspective, but just from, like, looking at it from, like, somebody trying to build something, you know, outside of themselves, like with growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I eventually want to be able to, like, employ all my peoples, like, not necessarily employ, but put on everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because there's definitely, like, levels to everything, and I just wanted to, you know, work out in the best way that it does. And it takes time to do that, for sure. It takes time, but it was just dope to see that finally happen. Like, I kind of already thought that they were co-owners, but to find out that, you know, this was the surprise or whatever, I was like, that's dope, you know. And then it's just like, you know, you can take a look at just the different roadmaps into building a media empire. So, like, you can take the solo route, or you can join somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because both are extremely difficult, because there's, like, this trust factor that happens within it. Like, speaking from, like, my perspective, like, you know, everything that I'm building right now is so personal to me, that I hope that, you know, over time I'll be able to, you know, get an editor that sees the vision that I'm trying to produce, like, with every video that I do, so that I can continue to make more and more videos. Because, like, bro, I got so many things I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? There's so much content, there's so many movies, there's so many shows that I want to get my perspective on, that I can't edit all those videos at once. And it's just like, all right, we just got to take it one at a time, you know what I'm saying? And so many seeds that we plant, like, you know, with all the Jujutsu Kaisen content that's coming out, like, those videos, you know, I might not be high up in the um I guess like algorithm right now, but the more and more we talk about it, I'm starting to see that, with the other things we talk about, like anytime I talk about anything Marvel or Star Wars, that gets a good reaction. I'm saying it gets a good amount of views. So like planting seeds for the future. So next time when, you know, the the next season of Jiu-Jitsu comes out, I'm not starting from ground zero. You know what I'm saying? And um, doing that way is just one way. You know what I'm saying? Or you could go like the joining the org route. Not to say I wouldn't do either one, because you can do both. Like Nate Shot is proof of that. You know what I'm saying? Nate Shot is proof of that that's possible. Um, because, you know, being able to work with people and um, collaborate, is the lifeblood of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? People love to see you collaborate with people, and, not only just like with Growth Apparel, but, in different videos I want to talk to. Like we already did a collab with the podcast. This is another way I can actually like talk to people, whether it's on a call, like a actual, what's the word, Discord call or a Zoom call or whatever. Or, one day I have a studio and people could just pull up, what I'm saying? That just be dope. Like this, it's like always just levels to it. And like, I just think that whatever route you try to go for, you know what I'm saying? Like just do it to your best. And yeah, like that's where I'm at with it. As far as like for myself, I'm definitely going the solo route right now, just to, prove the process. You know what I'm saying? Because, this channel has definitely like evolved over time to being something that I never thought, it would be. Like this channel literally started me making Destiny videos. You know what I'm saying? And before that, I was doing like on a whole different channel, I was doing workout videos. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever my interests were, that's what I made a video about. But now, we're talking about movies, we're talking about anime. You know what I'm saying? We're still covering gaming, but there's just not a lot of games that's, coming out right now that I want to grind and I want to play. And just no more PS5s. Like it's just other things. Like what I'm assuming, like, summertime / fall is when the gaming content like will return in a big way. Especially like with the stuff we're doing now that I'm excited for. But like, yeah, bro, like we're covering movies now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as I grow, like I can see, myself taking this like, and when I say solo, I'm saying like just like not a part of an organization, but like, continue to build this into something that can stand on its own and compete, you know what I'm saying, with the bigger names or whatever. But also like I can see, joining an org and creating content with them, but starting a show with them, and it'd be similar to, or a bigger version of like what we already do, or you know what I'm saying, or something completely different, but just at some capacity working with them, you know what I'm saying, to build a following of just a whole different demographic or whatever, like, and I don't have any in mind right now. Like obviously I have my favorites, but I've seen people like Amanda the Jedi, you know what I'm saying, with what she's doing with Team Liquid. Like that's dope to me. You know what I'm saying? That I haven't seen a lot of it, but the fact that it happened, you know what I'm saying, and she's still like rocking out, like that's dope. Like that's, you know what I'm saying, that's dope. And or like what I think it's like the JBH show or JHB show or something like that. 100 Thieves Dudes. I never watched. I've only watched like one episode of that, but that's not necessarily my cup of tea. But you know what I'm saying, like they're developing creators like that too. So like there's definitely benefits to doing it either way. You know what I'm saying? And you know I'm a dip and dab my way through. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my answer. So basically, my answer to that is both. You know what I'm saying? Both. But right now, we're focusing on building up, you know, what we got going on around here. But I'm open to, you know, all avenues of just being able to be creative, because that's just what I want to do. And speaking of, you know, just movies and stuff, I recently got HBO Max, and I kind of been in like content overloads because there's so many things I haven't seen that's on there. And I mean, like, I should have been had it just because I got like, you know, they got the different deals and stuff that you can do, and I just never could get it to work. And I finally figured out what I was doing wrong, so now we got it, so we lit. So like there's so many things like I haven't seen, like Insecure, you know, Titans, like Game of Thrones, like so many things that, you know, were moments that I was a part of just because, like, you know, either the people I know were watching it or I just look up stuff. But I'm just excited to see all of it, but I just don't know where to start. It's kind of like paralyzing, but you know, I'm just taking my time. Like I finished King Kong today, so I definitely do King Kong vs. Godzilla. I definitely do a review for that. And I just, you know, I'm excited for it. I'm super excited for it. And I also seen, speaking of like, you know, Star Wars and stuff, I've also seen all of Star Wars in order now. So, you know, from 1 to 9, I've seen it all. And my perspective has changed. So the last trilogy is not bad. You know, if you talk in like overall movies, like, or overall, like as far as like, you know, the movies that include all the characters, like it's not a bad movie. Like I like, you know, a lot of stuff about it. It's just like the things I don't like, it just outweighed it so much to make me feel like it was bad. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. But you know, after watching them like back to back, you know, my perspective definitely changed to, you know, the trilogy's not bad. I just, you know, Rey's bad for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do a whole video on why. But in short, she's just too OP, bro. Like, you know, there's no real conflict with her other than stuff involving other people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no real growth from within that makes sense as far as like what we know about Jedi today. Like the stuff that she was able to do, bruh, she shouldn't have been able to do so easily. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just still not rocking with her. So I realize that's where my bias comes from. I just don't like Rey. You know, I think she could have been dope, but trying to encapsulate all those things in a couple movies, like it just didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me. I need to see more. You know, I need to see more. She became a Jedi Master in like freaking 2 weeks. You know, like that's what it felt like. But yeah, that's next. So, that's all I really have for today. I don't really got nothing else that I wanted to talk about. The Destiny grind has been good. I love playing that again. And, you know, streaming has been a lot of fun. Just because this, like, I can just game again. Like, there's no, like, this is, like, the podcast is literally, like, the only thing that I know I have to get done on stream that affects my content during the week for YouTube. So like literally, like after this I might record like 3 videos. That might happen in the morning though, but I kind of want to like go crazy on the videos. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but you know, this is like literally the only thing that I like out of all the times that I stream that is like I have to do this to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I upload the pod on Mondays, and then it gets uploaded to YouTube on Wednesdays. So it'd be a deadline. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a deadline. But appreciate y'all for coming through. Shots, appreciate you for stopping by the pod. And yeah, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hit that, what do people do on pods? Rate this joint 5 stars. It all goes a long way, man, into helping this pod grow. And yeah, that's it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Y'all know the vibes. Always keep growing, so you're going. It's me, your boy G. And I'm out. Peace.